Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I will be reading the March 15th Facebook post and making a couple comments on it, and I trust it will assist both of us on our journeys. Here we go. Consciously choosing forgiveness over judgment. Today, let us practice consciously choosing forgiveness over judgment. Today, anytime the ego insists we judge a fellow brother or sister, let us ask ourselves, is this judgment worth my peace of mind? And so let us use forgiveness as a tool to return to the state of peace. Today, when things seem to be taken away from us, it is simply that we are recognizing its lack of value in our life. Today, everything that happens to us is helpful. Today, everyone we meet, regardless of their actions or reactions, is gifting us the opportunity to develop into a more loving, compassionate, forgiving, and non-judgmental human being. Because of their participation in our life, we are developing a deeper sense of self, a greater understanding of who in truth we desire to be. Thus today, let us allow gratitude and forgiveness, not judgment, to become our response for their assistance. There are two ways to react in any situation. One is through our truth, and one is through our illusion of ourselves. When we are reacting through our illusions of ourselves, judgment, anger, stress, pain result. When we're reacting through our natural self, then peace of mind, joy, forgiveness, kindness result. Now, we have been programmed to believe that such things as judgment, as anger, as stress, are natural responses. But this comes from the ego. And the ego tells us to follow its advice. And yet we see the ego's world where it is right now, not in a very peaceful place. And those who are not in a peaceful place are really not the greatest teachers of peace. And so let us remember that when we're reacting as the ego has taught us to react, as we have been programmed to react, then anger, stress, resentment, and any other negative emotion is our response. And so let us simply take a moment for ourselves today. Because very often we just react. We call it a natural response and we react. And a lot of times we react in a negative fashion. And we're simply not awake. We're simply reacting as we have been programmed to react. And so we're not really in the moment. We're simply taking the past and bringing it into the present, and thus creating a future like our past. And so we take just an extra moment just to stop everything. Stop the programming of the world. Stop whatever thoughts we have, whatever thoughts of defense we have. We stop. Just breathe. And we turn to the present moment and ask ourselves the question for the day. Is this judgment that I'm about to offer, is it more of worth to me than my peace of mind? And just by asking that question, you take back control of the present moment. You're back in control once you ask the question and you set the goal for yourself. For the goal of any situation always comes at the beginning. Set the goal at the beginning. Our goal today is simply to choose forgiveness instead of judgment. And so we take a moment, we set the goal, and then we experience the situation or the individual or whatever. But we go there with our goal in mind, with the understanding that we are going to take an extra moment to reset ourselves and remember our goal for the day. One way that we can more easily get to our goal is through a tool that we call forgiveness. Now, forgiveness is not a tool of the weak. Forgiveness is a tool of the wise and the strong. For let's say, if one small child talked to another one and started telling the other child that he was a pink elephant, and the other child got upset because he was being called a pink elephant, you would simply remind the child that he's not a pink elephant, and then you tell the other child, don't call him a pink elephant. And you remind him, you're not a pink elephant, you're a loving human being. Don't even worry about what he's saying. Equally so, anytime a brother or sister acts towards us with thoughts of unworthiness, as we are unworthy, that's a pink elephant. It's the same thing. For your worth was given to you in your creation, was given to you by God's source, himself, herself. And so, you are worthy. You have always been worthy, and you will always be worthy. And it's simply that you're buying into the illusion, you're buying into the pink elephant illusion, that when somebody defines you as unworthy, that because they define you as that you are. But you're not. You're simply buying into their illusion. You're simply participating in the illusion. But you no longer need to do that, because now we simply align ourselves with our truth. We take a moment and align ourselves with our truth, that we know that we're worthy, that we're simply God's source of creation. And so we forgive our brothers and sisters for believing in their illusion. And so we forgive them simply because they're calling us a pink elephant. And regardless of how the pink elephant might define itself, or whatever words they might use that are different from that word pink elephant, it's all the same word. It's all the same thought process. You're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, you're whatever illusion you're buying into. It's all the same thing. Just erase what they said and put a pink elephant instead. And that's what they're telling you. You're a pink elephant. You're not. Come on. That's okay. That's part of our growth process, to remember who we truly are, to stand strong in that, and then to become an example of that to our brothers and sisters. And that's a tool that we use, forgiveness. We forgive them their illusions of themselves, because they're simply projecting who they are, who they think they are, not who they are. Then let us give gratitude to our brothers and sisters for participating in our growth process, and to everything else during our day that assisted us in learning more about the truth in ourselves. That we are patient, that we are kind, that if we decide to take back control of the present moment, that we can remember that we are worthy, that we are loving, that we are forgiving, that we are kind, then that is our truth. And all these things that are happening in this outside world are simply helping us remember this, helping us remember our truth and practice reinforcing our truth. And for that, each day, let us be grateful for that. And let us be grateful again for each day allows us this opportunity to remember who we truly are, to practice forgiveness instead of judgment, peace instead of pain, hope instead of hopelessness. Every day, everyone offers us this opportunity. And let us not judge them for them offering us this opportunity to remember the truth within. Let us instead offer them gratitude. Say thank you, instead of condemning them as guilty. Thank you for helping me remember who I truly am. Thank you for helping me remember that I choose forgiveness today as my goal. Thank you for helping me release my own judgments, my own illusions. Thank you for helping me remember who I truly am and become that example to my children and their children. And thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. I love you very much. If you would be so kind as to like or comment on the video, it helps with the listing process and it might help somebody find this video someday that might need it. If you'd like to leave a question or a comment, I would be delighted to try and offer a response. I know this material is not always 100% clear. I'm working on that. And if you can, subscribe to my YouTube videos. I would love to have you in this community. Again, thank you for your time. I love you very much. And God willing, we will see each other tomorrow. Peace.